Today I'm doing a complete 180 from showing fancy and flashy coins. If you are an absolute beginner to ancient coins, I'm bringing you a very good first coin. Easy to read, easy to understand, and easy to get you started on Roman pieces without breaking the bank. But if you are a seasoned veteran with a big and impressive collection, this might bring you some fond memories, because I would guess 90% of Roman collectors have had one of these when they were starting out. This is a late Roman coin, struck between 325 and 329 AD under the reign of Constantine I, also known as Constantine the Great. But this is not Constantine's bust we have here, but of one of his sons, Constantine II. By that time, just a young teenager. Being so affordable even in good grade, a beginner can get a piece like this one with full legends, nice and sharp, bust still retains all details, apart from a little weakness of the strike at the bottom, but this is basically as good as these coins get. Actually, for a beginner who is a little bit daunted by the sheer variety of Roman coins out there, you could focus on these ones and you could even make a little typeset of these guys, since this particular type was also struck by Constantine, as well as all of his sons, and his imperial co-ruler Licinius. But for our coin, we can read Constantinus Junior, so junior, Nobilissimo, most noble, Caesar, or Caesar, the position of heir of the emperor. Learning to learn legends takes a bit of patience, but these are some very easy ones to read and a great starting point. But it is on the reverse where most people will recognize this piece. Here we have the Campgate. This is one of the most common reverse types struck on the late Roman Empire. It was in fact continued by other emperors long after the Constantinian dynasty. So what do we see here? Well, we see a statement of stability and control. The Romans were known for their offensive capabilities, their shock troops, and their conquests. But for most of Roman history, the really impressive feats of engineering, logistics, and coordination worthy of an empire were focused on the defense and maintenance of their territory. Two of the most emblematic symbols of Roman defensive engineering were the Castrum and the limes. The Castrum was the camp Roman legions would raise every time they stopped for the day when marching, setting up a defensive position that would always guarantee them advantageous view of the surrounding area and alertness in case of any emergency or attack. Some camps became permanent bases, also called castra stativa. These tents and wooden palisades would slowly be upgraded into proper buildings and walls, and among these new buildings, no other was as important as the Campgate. These controlled the four entrance points to the Castrum, offered an advantage point, and overall would be a critical part of the defense of a territory overseen by that Castrum. Now the limes, they were the thousands of kilometers long networks of forts, towers, and defensive structures that protected the Roman territory from encroachment from their enemies at the frontiers. This major network required thousands of soldiers to properly man and hundreds upon hundreds of towers and camps to allow guards to keep an eye on the frontier. From these fortifications, the camp gates, doubled as watchtowers, were equally as important. So as you can see, it became a symbol of control, of stability, of Roman supremacy over a territory, in a time where barbarians were a very real threat and a constant problem, a constant worry in the back of any Roman citizen, particularly the ones far from the capital. This was common knowledge back then. Everyone knew these structures and these defensive works were vital. So it's normal to think these things would make their way into coins. So that's what we see here, a fortified stone Campgate with a narrow door, easily defensible, and a series of turrets at the top. There are some theories of what these turrets are. I tend to believe these are fire beacons. Imagine one of these towers detects a raiding power moving towards the frontier. They light up a fire on top of the tower, which is visible to other adjacent towers. And soon, the entire region is going to have their towers lit up, and it's going to be on high alert, with troops gathering and making their way to the problem zone. There's also something really neat about this type, and it's the sheer variety of types out there. You have towers with more or less layers of bricks. Some have doors, and some do not. Some have 2, 3, or even 4 turrets. Some have stars on top, some do not. And don't even get me started on the variations of legends and mint marks at the bottom. The legends in this case read, Virtus Caesarum, the virtue of the Caesars. In a sense, a message from Constantine to the Roman people that he was preparing his sons for his succession, making sure they were virtuous and had their priorities properly set to not only be palace princes, but proper Roman soldier emperors. We can also identify the mint. It is a bit worn off, but we can make out a Q, an A, an R, and an L at the bottom. So it means this is the 4th or the 5th officina from the city of Arles in modern-day France. Have you got a Campgate Roman coin? It is very likely you do. Let us know in the comment sections below which one is your favorite. I hope you liked it. Leave a like and consider subscribing. Happy collecting, and see you all soon.